Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you? So this is going to be a reading for Aries, for the end of October, 20 something to 26, I believe. Yeah, 20 to the 26. All right, let's see what we got for our friends, Aries. Aries. Actually, Aries, I paused the video second because I bought a brand new deck of cards last night, and I'm going to initiate them with you. All right. They look gorgeous. Look at this. Yeah, let me see. Look at this. Aren't they beautiful? We're going to initiate them with you, okay? So you're the first sign I read with these beautiful, brand new, beautiful cards. Gorgeous, just gorgeous. Bear with me a second. So at least you see how I initiate a brand new deck of cards. All right. The cards are now initiated. You can now go ahead and use them. How are you, Aries? So this is a general reading. We are going to do just main hints, guidance, nothing specific because I haven't got anyone in front of me. So I'm not focused on anyone in particular. I'm focusing on the sign itself. All you need to do, my dear friends, is to say, if there is a message for me, please let me have it, then thank you. Don't force it. Don't try to see a message where there is none. Think about it. There is probably 800 million Aries on the planet. So each one of us, well, I'm a Leo. Each one of us is having a different, day, right? All right. So I keep it nice and simple. And I do the same layout as I do for myself. Every 2 or 3 days, I ask Seth, is that a message for me? So this is exactly what I do. So I'm doing the same thing for you guys, so that it's very easy to understand. So the card in the middle, this card right here, represents the present. And then, of course, we're going to expand. The cards to the left represent the last 3 months. The cards to the right represent the next 3 months, roughly speaking. However, the most important card is this one here. And the reason being is because that is the overall energy, meaning this is the pace setter. This is the overall theme of the reading. Are you ready, Aries? Let's see. Okay, so you've got the Chariot. The Chariot is, number one, of course, it represents travel. That's normal, right? You can see. But it's also something victorious to bring home. In other words, an achievement. Perhaps you're passing an exam. Perhaps you're achieving a loan at the bank. Perhaps you're buying a car. Perhaps you're buying a house. It is good news. These folks here come back to town with good news. So you are going to receive good news. And if you're waiting for something to develop or something to give you, if you're waiting some kind of a result, let's say you took an exam, a test, and you're waiting, I don't know, driving test or a schooling test, or you applied for a job or something like that, or you applied to get into a university. Well, this is good news, okay? Followed by Temperance. Temperance is a very good card. Not only it tells us that you have assistance from above, whatever it might be a past parent, might be a grandfather, grandmother, could be even a far ancestor that you never met, maybe from 500 years ago. We don't know. But it's also the card Temperance, meaning don't fret, don't worry. You have assistance. Don't rush. You're going to be fine. Followed by the card of Death, the Death card, and the World. Okay, so like we said, we're going to look at the 3 cards behind the first one. This one is the most important. The Death card, of course, very, very, very rarely represents physical death. Sometimes, when my father died about 6 months ago, I was getting this card every day in my readings, every day. So when my sister called me and she said, Dad passed away, I said, I know. I knew it. Same thing with my aunt, anyways, but hopefully, again, this is a general reading. The Death card, 99.9% of the times, represents a renewal, a brand new person, a brand new way of life, a brand new way of thinking, most of all. So it tells you that you need to let go of old anger issues. If you have any old, things, unresolved things, just you need to stop thinking that way, so that new life and new a new way of living could come in and refresh you. And this is reinforced by the World card. The World card is the completion of a phase of life, meaning you are done with a certain chapter of your life. So now you are ready to start a brand new chapter, which is a good card. It's also the card of travel. So out of 4 cards, we have 2 travel cards. So you might be going somewhere I wouldn't be surprised, okay? Now, let's look at the last 3 months, what you've been doing the last 3 months. Okay, so the last 3 months, this is you, Queen of Swords, of Wands, King of Wands. You might had something to do with a Leo. We have the Leo card here, okay? you are seeking clarity. You're almost assuming a position of strength, a position of, I know what I'm doing. See, the Queen of Wands really knows what she's doing. The Queen of Wands is both Leo as well as Aries. But the Queen of Wands really knows what she's doing. She's in control of her situation and she knows exactly what she wants. The Ace of Swords is the card of clarity, the card of knowing exactly what you want. So you're strong, you've been strong, you've been what do you call it? Steady, steady in control of the situation. You have what it takes. You have what it takes. You have the knowledge. You have the information. You have the wisdom. You have the wisdom and the respect. And it, you know exactly what you want. Exactly. All right. Well, that's Aries for you. Now let's see at the present. The present, we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles, of course, the page is always a messenger, but the Page of Pentacles basically tells us that you are either receiving a message to do with money. The only negative, if we want to call it a negative, is that it's not as much money as you thought. It's very little money. So you are receiving a message to do with money, but the money is kind of disappointing. It's not as much as perhaps you're selling a car and perhaps you were thinking of getting $10,000. Well, they're only going to offer you like 3,000. It's a disappointing message. Perhaps you applied for a loan and they say you apply for 100,000 and they're only going to give you 40,000. In other words, it's not what you expected, but it is a money message regardless. So something is not going your way money-wise. Let me see. We're going to now elaborate. So what we're going to do, we're going to make 3 lines here. The middle one is going to be general, overall. The left one is going to be love, and the right one is going to be work and finances, and perhaps health sometimes. But I don't like to dwell on the health side too much because this is general, so it's difficult to pinpoint. But when we do a personal address at the bottom left, it's a totally different story. The Page of Swords, another message. The Knight of Swords. The Six of Swords. Wow, a lot of swords. My God. Oh, this one here, sorry. The Two of Cups, soulmate. Beautiful. Two of Cups. The Eight of Cups next to the soulmate. And the Six of Wands. That's really good card. And then the Six of Cups, another soulmate. You got 2 soulmates cards, one on top of another. My God. What's this one? This writing is so small. D? 9 of Pentacles. Okay, 9 of Pentacles, that's really good. The 9 of Swords. Okay, wow. It looks like, ooh. Okay, and finally, final card. 10 of Cups. Wow. Oh my God, this reading is so strong, so telling. So let me explain something here. Okay, first of all, let me pull them up a little bit so you can see them. Okay. So first of all, you guys, we have 2 soulmate cards, one on top of the other. So money-wise, like I said, you're receiving a kind of disappointing message. Not as much as you thought. You might be going on a trip. Remember that. We have too many cards pointing to that. Now, of Swords, the Knight of Swords. They're new cards, so I gotta get used to them. Okay? Now, you're receiving messages, and the message, I believe, has to do with going on a trip. Even here, we have another trip card right here. See? This little family on a boat going somewhere. This trip might imply a little bit of a risk. There might be a little bit of a risk associated with this trip. But it looks like you're going on a trip because I have the travel card 3 times. Now, that is overall, meaning you're going on a trip, number one. Number two, and this risk has a little bit of risk associated, like a little bit. But you're going to take it regardless because you're an Aries. Are you kidding me? Risk is your air. But at the same time, you're going to be a little bit disappointed from the financial side. Perhaps you're selling a car, a house, like it says. There's a little bit of disappointment on the financial side, not what you expected. Now, that's from the practical and from the financial side. Now, from the love side, it's very, very, very interesting what you got here. You've got the Two of Cups, soulmate. The Six of Cups, soulmate. And then the 10 of Cups, happy family. With the rainbow on top, like incredible. Now, having these 3 cards, one on top of the other, which honestly I've never seen before, it tells me that you're either really, really, really dreaming to be with your soulmate and have this dreamlike kind of life, the 10 of Cups, the happy family, the children, the castle, the rainbow. In other words, this is as happy a family as it gets. I mean, this is so clear here. Soulmate, happy family. The problem is I don't see you guys being together. I see you here. The 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is someone who left the scene. Someone who decided to just abandon the scene. However, as you can see, this person is now regretting it. They're not very happy. Now, the one important thing is, that story, the children's story, I don't remember the name, but I remember the theme, and I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. The little child who went in the bush and his wife's brother, smaller brother, left breadcrumbs every few feet, kind of to mark his way back in case he had to go back. You remember the story? I remember as a child this story, So this is kind of what you did. You left breadcrumbs all across, just in case you wanted to go back. But the problem is you're thinking, should I or should I not? Should I or should I not? You want to, but at the same time, you're not happy. You see that? There's something either stopping you or blocking you or preventing you. But there's no question that you have the pull is just irresistible. See, look at this card. Look at this. This is the 6 of Wands. It's a very good card. But do you see this? It's almost as if this person on the horse wants to go back to the city, but there is something preventing him. There is huge crowds. There's people between him and the city. So it's almost as if he's looking at the city from far away, but he can't quite get there. So again, something blocking him. And then we have this card here, which of course is very telling. The Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is someone who's perhaps regretting things that they did and things they didn't do. And now they're just crying at night, crying themselves to sleep. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a self-made wealthy person. However, there is one thing missing. This is a self-made wealthy woman. I call this the diva. But you know what's missing, right? There's no one next to her. She's wealthy, she's happy financially, she's one who knows what she's doing, of course, but she has no one to share with. She's not the happiest diva in the world. So you have a very interesting read there, Aries. Two soulmate cards, one on top of the other, I've never seen before. Honestly, never seen before. And one is new soulmate, meaning someone you met in this life. But this is also someone who would have met, you might have met in a past lifetime. It's almost like a contractual soulmate. And something happened. You guys are not together right now because I can see you crying. I can see you wanting to go back, but there's something blocking you. And I can see you trying to get ahead on your own, yes, but you're not happy. Relationship-wise, yeah, you know how to make money, you know how to get ahead, but, this is what you really want right here. You want a happy family right here. So there is something blocking you right now. So let me see the next 3 months what might happen. The King of Swords. So the King of Swords could be a judge, an authority figure. So the King of Swords is the law. And the King of Swords, whatever the King of Swords says, the kingdom must do. In other words, this is an order. This is a judge. This could be a legal document. This could be, you literally have something in place which prevents you from doing something. Then we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is the beginning of something new, the reuniting of something, and it has to do with physicality, material things. This could be a business. This could be perhaps you join the gym and perhaps grow some muscle, get in shape. This could be also missing someone physically, being there physically, holding hands, even making love, if you like. You're missing someone physically. The Age of Wands for us represents men's masculinity. So it has to do with physical, sexual attraction. So, and then we have the Seven of, what's this? Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is someone who believes in results. In other words, everybody's telling this gentleman, don't you see the little tree doesn't give you any fruits? Don't you see it only gives you a little bit here and there? No, I know what I'm doing. I know that eventually it will give me what I want. In other words, this is someone who's not giving up, someone who's willing to invest the time and effort to nurture a tree, a small tree, a small vine, or a vine, I should say, wine, a small vine whom everybody else gave up on. It says, it's not going to work. Let it go. Why do you spend effort? No, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. There you go. So this is you saying, I know what I'm doing. So the next 3 months, you're trying to revive or to nurture something which is blocked. and something which everybody's telling you to let go because it's not going to work. But you believe in it. You believe in it. You see right there? There you go. So this is pretty much the reading, Aries. Before I pull the final 3 cards, you might be dealing with Aquarius, Leo, Cancer. Those are the 3 signs you might be dealing with. Now, let's pull 3 final cards. Then I give you some love messages, some universal messages. Don't you love the stairs? I love it. They look so good. Maybe I need more light in here. What do you think? Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Ooh. Oh my God, I just woke up. All right. So, I've started a carnivore diet. I am going to lose at least 50 pounds in the next 6 months. I have already started. I lost 7 pounds in 10 days. Incredible. Carnivore diet. You eat what you want. No, I'm sorry. You eat as much as you want when you're hungry. Don't be too full, but only meat-based eggs, meat, butter, bacon, all that beautiful stuff. Anyways, 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. Final suggestions, final hints, final obstacles. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is the card of reflection, thought, the card of thinking things over, like a lot of thinking. So you're in the process of thinking right now, Aries. The Ace of Cups is the cup of love, the cup of peace. So it looks like you want to offer peace and love. You want to offer peace and love. And the third card is the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is someone who doesn't give up. They're very, very, very close to achieving the 10 of Wands, which is achievement. So you don't give up. You just stay the course and you know what you want. So that's very typical of an Aries, of course. You know what you want and you know how to get it and you don't give up. If you ask me how would you describe an Aries? Like I says, you know what you want, you know how to get it, and you don't give up. Simple as that. Okay. You deserve love. There you go. So you deserve love. It's not just about work and money, Aries. And at the bottom, very soon. So you're going to get love very, very soon. Now, 2 final messages and then the yes or no coin. Message number 1, different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. So you might have different visions, you and someone. I left when I saw you with someone. So either you are saying this or they're saying this. So you perhaps thought they had different interests, but this is the thing. It's, how many times, suppose you walk in front of a coffee shop and all of a sudden inside you see your wife or your girlfriend talking to a man, having coffee together. Oh my God. So you judge them from the window. You judge them and say, she's cheating on me. And some people, before they do something they regret, they think about it. But some people, they're like Aries, for instance. Aries, if Aries sees someone, their person having coffee with another person, they immediately break it up. They don't even ask any questions. But then they regret it because what if the person was perhaps it was a job interview? How do you know that? Maybe it was a job interview. So think about it. Sometimes you need to make sure you know what you're doing before you do what you're doing, right? So you can't just accuse someone based on appearance. You have to know the truth. Think of your question. The answer is yes. All right, my dear friends, Aries, so we're done. Wow, this reading was long, half an hour. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't and like the videos. The more the channel grows, and it's growing really, really good, the more we can offer. Very, very soon, I'm going to do all kinds of lives so you can ask live questions, okay? Thank you so much. See you soon.